So we are partnered. The Dear Business Coach podcast is now officially partnered with NordVPN. And you know what? Look out for the logo, some press releases, cool information. What in the heck is a VPN and how does it work? I'm really excited. I travel and now I know how to get the VPN security I need. So, Nord is now officially our affiliate partner. Look out for ways to support the show by going to the affiliate link I provide to you in your email and other places you can see it on the website. Thanks so much, NordVPN. 10th, and it's 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm here today to give you a preview of what's coming up on Friday. I will be speaking at 7 a.m. on the Empower X panel about whether to start a podcast or not. And so here we are. It's Monday. It's free to register for Empower X. This is an event hosted by Fuchsia. It's actually 2 days. It's this Thursday and Friday, November 13th and 14th. So I am sending out an email today to my email subscribers. That might be you. It's free to sign up for email. You can do that right now at dearbusinesscoachpodcast.com. Oh boy. So I have made a cup of coffee. And have you ever done this before where you didn't know you were putting exactly the right amount of water in? Ooh, that's still too hot. All right. So I actually had a guest coming today, Priyanka Mishra from Fuchsia, and I don't see her in the studio right now, so that could be my fault. So I'll be looking around here on my screen to see if I can get Priyanka on into the studio. So actually, when you record, actually, this is not being recorded right now. When you present live on LinkedIn like this, the replay will be available on my profile page. So you're seeing my face now. This is an exception. Usually we do live audio. Today I'm talking to you. I actually want to show you my view. This is wild. I am on a trip here to New York, and actually I was here for the weekend and I wasn't supposed to be here this morning. So this is pretty crazy. I am able to have my live here with you and show you my my background today is Third Avenue. This is Third Avenue behind me. And this is a very fancy room that I was lucky to get. This is kind of a vacation for me. So I was really, really pleased with the view from this room. And basically, what happened? I had a flight delay last night, and then now my new opportunity is to fly out tonight. So I'll be going home to Virginia, flying into the Roanoke, Virginia airport tonight. And so I have one more day here. So what will I be doing with my last day? Well, actually, I will be sending you an email. So the newsletter I have been sending out at not at on Sundays. That this week it's going to go out today. So today is Monday, and actually, what's going to happen for the release on Wednesday, the podcast episode released, that's going to be a surprise for what we are releasing on Wednesday. So check your email today, however, for the Empower X registration, because that's what we want to pay attention to this week. Empower X, presented by Fuchsia. And my name's Elizabeth Walker, producer and host of the Dear Business Coach podcast. Hey, listeners, don't forget to subscribe to email if you haven't already. Do this at dearbusinesscoachpodcast.com. And if you are a new subscriber, look for the magazine coming up. You can get a free download as a new subscriber. That's dearbusinesscoachpodcast.com. Thanks so much, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember, you are a superstar. And I have been invited as a panelist to the first segment. And so at 7 a.m. Eastern time, the first segment starts. And during that segment, following that segment, we have some panelists, and I'm one of them. And I will be presenting or answering as a panelist on whether or not you need to start a podcast. And I get questions a lot from people about, what do you do during your day job? I actually was on an interview recently, and the gentleman asked me, okay, so I think he said something like, you have the Dear Business Coach podcast, and what is your business? What are the services you provide? What are some of the, what is your business? And I do have the workshop business. Walker Consulting Workshops is the LLC name that I would write you a check from if you were a speaker at one of my workshops. So I host workshops. And there were 2 last year. Right now, I can tell you that I have openings for myself and my partner Clayton, who teaches comedy, for executives and team leaders who speak, to come to your team. So if you want to have Clayton and I come to your office, that is open right now to book us for an in-house corporate team training on comedy for team leaders and executives who speak. And I also will talk about podcasting for executives and team leaders who speak during that workshop for your group. All right. So that is how do you get signed up for that? How do you get your team to how do you get Clayton and I to come to your team, to your place of work? Well, so email me, and that's dearbusinesscoachpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll schedule a meet and greet to talk about getting a quote for your team to have the workshop come to you. So that is available a couple times a year. The podcast is actually what happens every day. So every day, every business day, Monday through Friday, I am doing something for the podcast and releasing new episodes every Wednesday, plus this live segment on Mondays at 8:30. All right, let's see if my coffee is a little bit warmer now, or cooler now. It was too hot a minute ago. Okay. Now, am I missing something on my screen here for folks to come in? I don't think so. Okay, very good. Now, one thing that I would like to share as a panelist on the Empower X speaking engagement has to do with, what are we really doing on a podcast? I started a podcast because I wanted to experiment with online content. That was pretty much it. I wanted to experiment with how to present on online content and get a way to have a way to meet with people, have a way to test out basically traffic to a website or to a YouTube channel. And I started to realize that recording and releasing the episodes as a podcast of my interviews with folks was really exciting. It turns out that I personally really get a lot out of that. And so I'm learning from the folks that I interview, and I get to play the part of novice, which is completely true. I have a business degree from Roanoke College in Virginia, and I don't have all the answers. Sometimes what I'm searching for is, what is the right question to ask? That's something that I struggle with, or should I say I like to play around with, right? So sometimes to get the answers you think you're looking for, you have to frame the right question. And that's part of learning how to write, learning vocabulary, and understanding what people do in their jobs every day. Who do you ask? So I definitely have been through several moments in starting my workshop business, where I have questions about who do I ask for certain kinds of advice. And it can be as simple as, I'm looking to spend money on a workshop and I want to rent a space and I want to pay a speaker. And maybe I have questions about how to spend that money, how much I should spend, or what are some of the steps that could help me be successful, especially with marketing. Marketing changes so quickly. And as a lot of you know, not every time you pick a marketing path is that going to work. A lot of marketing, as I'm learning, is really collecting data. And then we don't want to get stuck in too much of just collecting data, because then if you're still just collecting data, eventually your data is bad. That's what I'm learning. So being able to understand, who do I want to ask these questions from? I might have 3 different questions around a business decision I'm making, like what kind of advertising would be best for my workshop this year? Is the same kind of marketing going to work this year that worked last year? I don't know. So sometimes that might be a business coach question. Sometimes that might be a new workshop or a new webinar that I would like to take to learn about some new tactics or what's changing in the landscape of getting the word out to people. So that's part of what I think about when I'm interviewing you, if you are a guest on the Dear Business Coach podcast. And that's what I would like to share with you this Friday as a panelist on the Fuchsia's Empower X conference. So it's a 2-day event. You can register. It's free. It's also an annual event. This is Fuchsia's 4th annual event. So this is your chance right now for this year to get in on Fuchsia's Empower X. And basically, what you can do is sign up. You can attend all of the sessions for both days, and you can also choose a few events that you would like to go to if that's your schedule. So I know that I would like you to register now. You will do that by subscribing to my email newsletter and getting the link from my email today. So go ahead and sign up now so that you can get a link to the Fuchsia Empower X conference, annual conference, coming up this Thursday and Friday. And I will be speaking as a panelist on Friday morning, and that segment starts at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And I've been asked to share some insights on whether or not you should start a podcast. All right, so I think that's enough for today, because I want you to sign up for email at dearbusinesscoachpodcast.com and then look for your email tonight. Today's Monday, November 10th, and you can get your link to the Fuchsia Empower X event. Registration is free, and I will see you there. All right, you are a superstar. Thank you so much. Talk to you next time. You've been listening to the Dear Business Coach podcast. My name's Elizabeth Walker, producer and host. Don't forget to subscribe to email. Thank you so much for being here, and find one thing today to move your business forward. Contact me at dearbusinesscoachpodcast@gmail.com. And as always, you are a superstar.